possible. But lately, when it comes to high tech, there's a new family on the block: the rare earths. 15 elements located near the bottom of the table. And in my job as a technology writer, there's one rare earth that interests me more than any other: neodymium. It's the key ingredient in the world's strongest magnets. They're critical to computers, cell phones, hybrid cars, wind turbines, even tiny earbuds. Without neodymium, we'd be sunk. So that raises a question. If they're in everything, how come they're called rare earths? The best place to find out is at the source. John Burba is the Chief Technology Officer at Molycorp. He's overseeing a billion-dollar operation to bring this 50-year-old mine into the 21st century. So how many rare earth mines like this are there in the United States?
One.
This is it?
This is it.
One mine in the United States. And John tells me it's not even fully operational yet. So, where do rare earth minerals come from in the world?
The majority of it comes from China,
What kind of majority?
like 98%.
98% of these minerals come from China?
Yes.
Then he breaks the news that the Chinese government has been limiting the export of these strategically important elements. Seems like the fate of the free world could be riding on these rocks. I'd better get some of my own, while the getting is good.
But look for stuff like this. We'll find out how good a geologist you are.
This reddish stuff?
Yeah.
This is a hunk of what?
Barite, barium sulfate. It's got some monazite in it. They're naturally occurring crystals that contain the elements.
So can I get a few more of these?
Yeah, just look for stuff that's similar.
You know what, John? I like these two a lot. I can't decide. It's an either-or situation. So how can I find out which elements are in this hunk? Molycorp's facility is still under construction. So to find out what's in my rocks, he suggests I take them to the world's premier rare earth research lab in Ames, Iowa. Be there soon. I'm dying to know what I've got my hands on. A pinch of praseodymium, perhaps? A whole pound of holmium? A thimbleful of thulium? Or, dare I hope, magnet-making neodymium? If anyone can extract all the precious neodymium from my rocks, it's these guys.
David, I've been expecting you.
Good to see you. How are
yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir. I see you brought the ore with you.
I brought this all the way from California.
All the way. All
I
right.
carried it by hand because, you know, it's rare earth
It's rare earth.
ore, and I didn't want anything to have. I didn't check it. I didn't put it
Yeah?
in the overhead.
Okay.
I think I've got some beautiful samples.
yeah.
There's this mine in California, the largest one in the
Right.
United States. Look at the size of this
Oh,
mother.
yeah.
I think this one's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Thought if we brought it here to Ames Lab, I thought you could do a little chemical analysis on it. Tell
We
me-
certainly can. Well,
So,
let's see.
yeah,
We'll
watch out
take your
with the-
favorite one and
Watch out with the hammer.
see.
What do you-
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's a good piece right there. That's all we're going to need for the chemical analysis. So the rest of this, we'll just
Yeah, but-
throw it right here in the truck.
But that's rare. California. The truth is, rare earths are not rare. They're just notoriously hard to separate. The problem is, at an atomic level, the rare earth elements all look weirdly alike. Moving from element to element along a row of the periodic table adds a proton to the nucleus and an electron to the outer shell. But in the rare earths, the new electron disappears into an unfilled inner shell. The result? 15 atoms that all have identical outer electron shells, making them virtually indistinguishable chemically. But what about my rocks?
Okay, David, the ore that you brought us, the rocks that look like this, we analyzed those, and this is what we found. We found major components of cerium, lanthanum, and praseodymium.
But no neodymium. Apparently, my rocks are neo-free. But there was some good news. The ore I brought in contained a whopping 20% rare earth oxide. Molycorp may soon be able to take a big bite out of China's near monopoly. Before I head out, though, there's one more lab I'm determined to visit.
So, David, would you be interested in seeing a rare earth magnet?
Paul is one of the lab's top magnet guys.
This is a rare earth magnet. This is actually neodymium, iron, and boron. This is about 150 grams of the world's highest purity neodymium.
Neodymium magnets are a bit of a misnomer. They're really iron magnets with a pinch of neodymium added like a powerful spice to make them stronger, plus a few boron atoms to help hold everything in place.
You grow these? You don't dig these out of the ore somehow?
No. These don't exist in nature. These are things that we have to combine and cook in the same way that huevos rancheros doesn't exist in nature. It has to be put together.
Paul's lab is like a dieter's kitchen, satisfying a hunger for powerful magnetic crystals while reducing the amount of neodymium needed in the recipe. And he's just about to whip up a fresh batch. The main ingredient is ordinary iron. Iron makes magnets,
There you go.
but adding neodymium makes magnets on steroids. Here's how you make a magnet. First, all the solid ingredients are sealed into a quartz tube to be melted together.
David Pogue, scientists.
After some time in the furnace, tiny magnetic crystals have formed in the melted iron.
2,000 degrees. Oh my gosh, it's like threading a needle.
The next step is to separate the solids from the liquid.
Great. Dump it in, slam the lid.
They put the centrifuge on the floor for safety,
the button?
in case anything goes wrong with the super hot vial.
We turn it off. It lets you open it up, and we can take it out. We have single crystals of the neodymium iron boron separated from the extra liquid, which the centrifuge separated with the 10 to 100 Gs.
The result of all this cooking and spinning? A powerful magnet that uses less neodymium, we hope.
It sounds like you're saying you're trying to use as little of the rare earth as possible.
Absolutely.
Why? Because I thought rare earths aren't really that rare.
The rare earths are not rare, but they're hard to separate, and that's part of the expense.
Even with Paul's help, it looks like rare earths are going to remain in short supply, at least for now. Partly because scientists continue to find surprising new ways to use these strange metals.